Good evening. Thank you for joining us this evening to share our gratitude and to honor Trustees Simone Lightfoot and Trustee Nelson. We so appreciate the opportunity to share just a little bit of the immense gratitude that we feel as individuals and as an Ann Arbor community.
Trustee Lightfoot, as you probably know, is a product of the Ann Arbor Public Schools. She is a person who is a giver, and she's also a person that has served our country in the United States Air Force.
When Trustee Lightfoot first came onto the board, I saw that she was smart, she was brash, she was bold, she knew what students were going to need in this district, and she was not afraid to go after it, no matter how long it took. And I think that persistence, that intellect, that understanding what students needed has served her so well over the course of her time. She has never lost sight of the most important stakeholders in our district, which are the students.
She understands the policy, she understands the politics, but she really stays rooted and connected to the families and the children who are really at the base of our school district. She also understands the teachers and staff and the concerns that they have as we're trying to solve different problems in the school district.
One of the major qualities that Trustee Lightfoot has is the ability and the willingness to listen not only to the citizens of the area, but also to students.
She really did an amazing job in terms of being present and available to the families and the students of Ann Arbor Public Schools.
She took us all to a higher level in terms of thinking about the way that we are serving students, especially those that have been traditionally underserved in this district.
Trustee Lightfoot, I think, has done a remarkable job in terms of hearing the issues and concerns and thoughts of the parents in the Ann Arbor Public School system and reflecting those as the board makes policy, particularly as you look at, how do we deal with discipline in our young people in a way that doesn't give them an overly penal outcome, but rather helps them grow as individuals and succeed to their utmost. And I think Simone has had a passion for that throughout her time on the board, and I think it's just exemplary in so many ways.
Simone Lightfoot brings a sort of intellectual grace and elegance to the table. She just has that kind of presence. And I think she does that with everything she's involved in. She has a unique but effective way of communicating with people. And she also does a good job of advocating for children with special needs, being a fighter for closing the achievement gap, and also making sure that there's diversity and inclusion.
It's really not easy to be a good leader, especially in difficult times such as the pandemic or limited funding. But she seems to find a way to look for consensus, and it's through her insightful, deep diving questions that we really understand the issues in a more complete way.
As a colleague, she made me better, bolder, stronger. And I have to say that by the end of our time, she is one of my best friends in public service and will be forever.
Trustee Lightfoot, I would like to take this opportunity to thank you so much for the work that you've done on behalf of the students in the Ann Arbor School District in the city of Ann Arbor, and frankly on us all. You have such a moral clarity, focusing on issues of equity and responsibility. It's inspirational, and just we are so much better off for your having been on the school board. So truly and deeply, thank you.
Trustee Nelson is a careful, logical thinker who always seems to be searching for a solution. He has the ability and the willingness to ask tough questions, not only to citizens, but also to students. And those tough questions force people to think about things a different way, and he's very good at that.
And when The board had the opportunity to place him back on the board in order to fill out the term that was open. They could not have picked a better person to do that.
It seems like it's been the right chemistry for us to have his voice among the voices of the school board in solving this 100-year pandemic problem. He has a wonderful basis of experience that he can draw on. He's been on the school board previously. He's been a very active member of our Ann Arbor community as a volunteer in many different aspects of our community.
Trustee Nelson has a background in economics. He has as much, if not more, knowledge about capital campaigns than most people in this community.
He has done more to raise the resource profile for the district, I think, than anyone through his work with the Citizens Millage Committees, with the bonds, with the countywide millages. He has built a solid foundation with the board about how to understand finance, how to wield the budget and the financial situation, however good or bad, and to do it always for the benefit of our students and our faculty.
His economics background has been very helpful. He understands how Ann Arbor Public School District runs and works. He really makes sure that we get the job done, we attend to the business at hand, but we also take into account the voices of Ann Arbor.
The citizens of Ann Arbor can rest assured that the money spent from the 2019 capital bond campaign will be spent well. And I think they believe that because of the faith they have, in large portion, to the integrity of Trustee Glenn L. Nelson.
Glenn has always had a passion for mental health and how that impacts our students, our young people, and how it impacts our community as a whole. And he brought that passion certainly to the board. And I think Glenn has always done his very best to understand both the nuances, but also the broad implications of policy at the Board of Education. And Glenn has been a great voice at that board and one for whom we are grateful for his service.
Glenn has always been the person on the board to sort of bring some level of harmony, work togetherness, even when we didn't agree. No matter how heated, no matter how difficult, no matter how angry or how frustrated you were or how happy and triumphant you were, Glenn always brought you back down to earth, to that place of civility, respect, and the idea that the board would work best if it worked best together.
I'll miss Glenn's service, obviously, but I'll also just miss the chances to interact with him in that role in such a positive way. But luckily, I know he'll be around and active, and I'll look forward to the next phone call with Glenn.
To have to say goodbye to him again on the board is a shame, because no matter where Glenn serves, he brings that perfect blend of intelligence, experience, collegiality, and just harmony with him. And so I just want to say, bye again, and I hope your next stint on the board is as successful as this last two were.
Trustee Nelson, I wish to congratulate you on your service and thank you for your service on the Ann Arbor School Board. You know, as you and many municipal observers know, we don't always agree on municipal issues, but what observers do also know is that our conversations, our engagements, our disagreements, they've always been incredibly professional and fact-driven and values-driven. And we've always made an effort to do what's best for the community together. And so I want to thank you for your work on the school board. It is, school board members are saints among us, and want to, say that I look forward to seeing you around town or at city council chambers or truly wherever. So thank you for doing your work.
When I think of Trustees Lightfoot and Nelson, you think about the qualities of strong leadership, courageous leadership, and that commitment to leading around that heart of the organization and the core value of children, and of doing, at the end of the day, whatever decisions have to be made, doing what's best for children. It's those three elements that really have allowed for the contributions of Simone Lightfoot and Glenn Nelson. They will endure. Their service is not a service that will come and go for the district or for the community, but it's a service that will stand as a legacy years from now to remember what it means to lead on behalf of Ann Arbor's children. So we thank you for your service.